Well, Rakish, Cheltenham don't sign many players from the SPL, so who drove this move?
I know someone that's down here who I worked previously with at Mansfield. We've got good chemistry, and obviously I know Chris Clements as well from Mansfield, so it was just literally a phone call and I was down there.
And in terms of matters at Hamilton, I see they changed their manager right at the end of January, so had you kind of made your decision before then that you would either like to move or you saw your future away from the club?
Yeah, I mean it was discussed for a while now, for I'd say a matter of weeks leading up to the transfer window. Decided that it was best that we both parted ways and that I needed a new challenge.
And you're a Londoner as well, so was part of it about getting back closer to home?
Yeah, no, definitely. It plays a huge part. I mean, I've been away for, I feel like 3 years, being up in Scotland, so yeah, it's always nice to be closer to home as well.
How do you think the standard of League Two, having played it with Mansfield before, compares to what you have been experiencing?
I'd say it's pretty similar in ways. I mean, both leagues physical, and yeah, I think they're pretty much similar, yeah.
And the big question, I suppose, is are you a different Rakish Bingham to the player who had a trial at Cheltenham a few years back?
Yeah, I'm a lot different. I mean, I've had a lot more games under my belt. I mean, over 100 appearances since then. So I'm coming back a lot more experienced and prepared.
And are you more of a supply line for goals or a source of them?
I like to say, you want to be the one scoring the goals as a striker, but I like to say I have the other side as well. I can bring other people into play also, so I put myself down as a team player.
Okay. Has Michael given you a clue about what he wants you to bring to the side? Does he think you've got something that the rest of the squad doesn't have?
I mean, he's told me the way the team play, the results in the last recent games, which have been quite positive. He's also said what he wants me to bring towards the team, and I see it as something different that the team already have, and I wanted to add towards that, so yeah, why not? It's a challenge.
Can you tell us what that is, or do we have to wait and see it on the field?
We have to wait and
see. In the SPL, Hamilton were towards the bottom. They were a bit light on goals. Yeah. Cheltenham towards the foot of League Two, needing to be safe. It's a similar position you're swapping, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a similar position. I mean, both teams are going to want to stay in the league, aren't they? But I've been in this position before in League Two and escaped them both times. So hopefully we can do that again and push higher up in the table.
How have you sensed the group is, having come in and had just a couple of days training?
Oh no, they're a good bunch of lads. I mean, since I've come in, they've been welcoming. A lot of banter flying around as well, which is always good, settling in. But no, it's a good group of lads, and I've settled in pretty well.
And the fact you've had quite a lot of games this season at Hamilton, presumably you feel sharp enough to go straight in if Michael says, right, you've got a place either on the bench or in the team.
Yeah, I mean, if called upon, I'll be ready. I feel fit. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Is it a shop window for you? I mean, you signed till the end of the season, and you're, in a sense, in the same bracket as Charlie Raglan and Tyrone Barnett, who've initially come on loan, but have signed really with a view that they're going to be free agents in the summer, and they need to find themselves a club.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm here until the summer, and I think my aim here is to do as well as I can, and as well as I can to help the team. And we'll review where we are in the summer.
What have the lads said about Yeovil? Anything yet?
No, I've not spoken to any of the lads about Yeovil. I know a lad who I used to play with, Alex Fisher, who's obviously at Yeovil. Haven't spoken to him, but yeah, no, it's going to be a good one.
I suppose the table tells you all you need to know about the importance of it, because sides are virtually side by side in it.
Yeah, side by side, which makes the game even more important for us. You know, this league is very few and far between, and I know 2 wins on the bounce could push you that much higher up in the table, do you know what I mean? So every game's vital, and 3 points will be vital tomorrow.
Great, thank you.
Rakish, I suppose, having played in England before, but obviously more recently playing in Scotland, coming back to English football is not so hard a transition for you as it would be for someone who's been playing most of their trade in Scottish football.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I've played for 2 teams in League Two, so for me it's familiar territories.
Is that going to be obviously a benefit for Michael to have that kind of know-how in the squad, having played in this league before? Yeah,
it's gonna play a big part, obviously, and me going away and getting that experience in the SPO as well can only just help and only add.
Yeah, and obviously you would have played on Saturday if it had not been for the conditions. But I suppose in a way is that a positive, the fact you've had a bit more time to integrate and get to know the rest of the boys in the squad, and the manager can put the plan to you a bit more in depth.
It's funny how it worked out, because obviously I didn't know the game was going to be called off on Saturday, but it's worked out perfectly in that sense that I've got more chance to gel with the lads, and I look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, and do you think the skills that you have are going to complement to the striking ranks that are already in there, and you're looking forward to learning from the likes of Luke Varney, who's obviously a very experienced striker and played all four divisions of this English
Yeah, no, I
football.
think that's something that due to me obviously coming here as well, like I had a lot to think about in terms of that, and I wouldn't come here if I didn't think I could add to the team, so no, that's something I definitely look forward to doing.